Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you guys here. And hopefully, notifications are going out promptly for everyone to know that I'm live. And yes, I am live about like 10 minutes early. Actually, I'm just going to get the formalities out of the way, and everything's going to kind of kickstart itself once I get that out the way. Um, so, first off, let me just say this as usual. If you guys would like to try out Helium mobile service, especially those who are upset with all the changes with Boost and you're on the $25 plan with the 30 gigs of premium data, and you want to leave Boost Mobile, if you want to try something different, the QR code below for Helium Mobile, get 1 month free on me. If you guys want to sign up and try them out, see how they work out for you, that's definitely there. Also, if you want to help out with a monetary donation to the channel, going directly to me and not to YouTube, there's a QR code on the top left. You guys can scan that. Greatly appreciated. But the biggest help that you guys can always give me is smashing that like button and sharing this on social platforms. That really, really helps out and helps other people discover my channel, my podcast show, and my videos that I upload. So, now that we got the formalities out of the way, let me just kind of go in on something here. I've been a big supporter of Boost Mobile for so many years. I have, made content about Boost Mobile, whether it was buying their new phones and unboxing them for people to see, like, what do you get in the box? Back in the day when it was all prepaid and it was under the Sprint umbrella. Even before that, like, I was using Boost Mobile during the days of the IDEN network and Push to Talk with the Where You At campaign and the Chirp and all that good stuff. Motorola Clutch was probably one of my favorite phones on Boost Mobile back then. And even getting, the first Android Push to Talk Chirp, which was the Moto I1, if I remember that correctly. It's been so long. That was like way back in freaking 2009. But anyways, so a lot of changes has been made, and I've been doing some extensive coverage on this channel regarding that. And I've been poking around and just trying to find out as much information as possible to share with you guys, to show you guys what's up and what's going on. And, with people that I know here that are former coworkers, and, I'm able to comprise information from people. Big shout out to them, and I will be protecting them. So, yeah, We'll keep that anonymous, because it's their bravery that comes forward to kind of give us information. And like, one of the things that I really get kind of aggravated with Dish is that they're not very open with their customers. They're not very open to the public as to like what and how these changes will affect people. It's just like, oh my God, we're making changes and we're doing a brand unification, which has always been the end game goal here. This was said last year that eventually, it's all going to be one thing. And, it came to that. One of my heroes in the mobile tech industry, Peter Adderton, has been very vocal about it, the changes, not liking the fact that they got rid of the ramps. Obviously, I know that Dish is trying to distinguish Boost Mobile USA away from Boost Mobile Australia. If you didn't know, Australia has Boost Mobile. The little icons that we remember with Boost before the change up, those were ramps, obviously. Mr. Adderton basically being a big fan of extreme sports. And so that's what his logo was. And so they've changed that to this infinity logo, with the double O's. And, of everything, I gotta say, it has to be very hard for somebody like Peter Adderton, who has to watch something that he created go through cycles of changes. And it's like watching your own kid grow up, not being raised by you, but being raised by other people and being taught other people's perception of life and morals and things like that. That gotta be tough. So yeah, he's been very vocal. He's claimed that he's willing to take the Boost brand away from Dish if Dish can't handle it. How all that would work out, I will get into that at the end of the podcast, and that's like the what if segment of the podcast. But Yeah, we're gonna kind of just jump right in. So again, before I take the QR code away for the rest of the podcast, down below, if you guys want to try out Helium Mobile for 1 month free, scan the QR code, or literally link it in the description if you guys want. Just click the link and it shows my promo code in there for you guys to use it if the QR code doesn't work for you. But nonetheless, other than that, let's just kind of get out of that and let's bring it up, right? So I showed this last week, right? The Boost Mobile website, it's brand new. So if you type in Boost Infinite on a Google search, it will bring you to Boost Mobile. Everything is routed over to Boost Mobile. Now, one of the things that, I've said, in my time working with Boost Infinite was that the end game goal for them was to bring everything together, right? So over the last year of 2023, they basically brought in Republic Wireless and merged them into Boost Infinite, which is probably one of the biggest upsets of something that should have been more seamless. And I feel like that maybe they should have taken a little bit more time to kind of just understand, roll it in waves, which is what they said they were doing, but it was poorly executed. They rolled it in waves, and the first waves were having problems, right? Republic Wireless customers can vouch for me in the comment section if they watch the replay. If you're joining in and you are a Republic Wireless customer and you went through this, go ahead and post in the chat. It's, there for everyone to see. But, that was, they rolled the first waves of migrations from Republic Wireless customers into Boost Infinite. And it was terrible. It was terrible. And at that time, I was working for Boost Infinite as senior level 4 customer care. So I was in there. And that would be majority of my calls every day, which was literally Republic Wireless customers upset because, they got their SIM card sent to them. They downloaded the Boost Infinite app. They followed the instructions that was laid out to them in the little welcome card in the SIM kit pack, and everything was just not working right. So, it was weird because we had a specific department that handled the migration before migrating over to Boost Infinite, and then if they had already done the necessary steps to begin the migration, then we were literally regular customer care was supposed to handle that. And there was no communication between the Republic Wireless migration department and Boost Infinite reps, right? So it was like a big gap in between on all of that. Michael, welcome in. Get some of your comments here real quick. So let's see here. I used Boost for a few months, 3 months for 45 introductory rates. Then I double dipped and used a different email and did it again, but it was T-Mobile towers and they don't work right in my house, which is frustrating because some of the best value prepaid carriers use T-Mobile and they're also the best for imports. Or, pardon me, it was 3 months at 15 and then jumped to 45 after the introductory rate. Yeah, and I'll get into that. I have some really good info here to share with a lot of people. So you don't want to leave. You want to stay all the way through. But I'm going to share that info. I'll bring it up on the screen. Shout out to the person that sent me this. This is internal sources that I got information on. And that also includes SIM assignments and how all that works. So I'll get into all that. Yeah, this is a very fun live stream for me today. I get to talk Boost Mobile and go more in depth. But anyways, as I was saying, they migrated Republic Wireless over. That didn't go too well. It's still not going too well today. And I hate to say it for those that are using Project Genesis, but you too are in fact going to be migrated into now it's Boost Mobile. So they kind of delayed that. Initially, they were going to migrate Project Genesis into Boost Infinite, but they wanted to continue on with network testing. And so anyone that knows Project Genesis, that is for beta testing the Dish or Boost 5G. Okay. So that's why they didn't begin the migrations as they first laid out in summer of 2023. We were actually looking at a fall startup to migrate Genesis customers over to Infinite, but they decided to delay on that, and for very good reason. And I'm glad. That's probably one of the smart decisions that they ever made, was not trying to migrate Genesis customers into Boost Infinite at that time, because the Republic Wireless migration was pretty much an epic fail. I'm sure they recognized it was an epic fail, and they didn't want to do that to Genesis customers. So Project Genesis is still a thing. If it's available in your city, you're able to sign up for it, get on a plan. You have to get one of their devices. So you can't just bring your own device to Genesis. You have to use one of their eligible devices, because it is Boost 5G, and there's only a limited amount of devices that do support the spectrum that Dish uses for their native O-RAN 5G system. So you can't just take any phone. You can't go and just get like a Rainbow SIM and put it in an iPhone 13 and it's going to work. It's not. I mean, it'll connect to AT&T and T-Mobile, but you will not access the Boost 5G network. So just kind of laying that out there. So now that they've done the brand unification, it's all now known as Boost Mobile. It's left a lot of people with a lot of questions, including myself, who is not just someone talking about this. I am a customer of theirs. I have a line of service. Actually, I have 2 lines of services with them. And I'll get into the whole plan changing and how all that stuff works too, and how it impacts customers. So you guys understand before you guys start jumping around, and you can't freely move across plans like you think you can. I'll get into that a little bit later. Baby Yoda, what's up, man? Welcome in. So with that being said, they unified the brand. So now it's just Boost Mobile. It's left us with questions. I got answers to that. It's very, very weird how all this is going down when it comes to the postpaid, prepaid debacle. So that's the first thing I want to kind of like jump into here in a second. But for anyone that's asking, what is the end game goal? The end game goal is to use the life story of Boost, with Dish putting the exclamation point stating that they are the first of the prepaid carriers, MVNOs, to build their own network. So they're actually still gonna, rely on stories of the past, if you want to look at it in that context, which means that from the time that it was using chirp and push to talk technology with the IDEN network, to when it became Boost CDMA and then dropped the CDMA name and was just Boost Mobile. And that was during the time with the acquisition that Sprint took it. And then it's fallout when Sprint migrated was acquired by T-Mobile, and T-Mobile had to host Boost Mobile, but they didn't want the Boost Mobile brand. They didn't want the company. It is wanted Sprint. So they had to host Boost Mobile for a time, allowing Dish enough time to build out a network and to become the 4th carrier. And initially they were going to do that, and Boost Infinite was never going to be the plan for them to make it as the 4th carrier. Boost Mobile is going to be the 4th carrier. And that's what it is now. Now that they unified the brand, postpaid and prepaid, all together, all under one name, no confusions. Because there was massive amount of confusions. A lot of people thought that there were 2 different companies with a similar name. One person was like, I ported from Boost Mobile to Boost Infinite. I'm glad to be rid of that company. And you can't help but chuckle and be like, no, you're still with Dish. You're just on their postpaid side. But now it's all under one name. So the first thing I'm going to get into is obviously the most important question is like, how is it determined if you're postpaid or prepaid? Okay, from inside sources. Okay, going further, if you finance a device on Boost Mobile, you are considered postpaid. But if you bring your own device and activate a line of service, you're prepaid. Yeah, take that shocker and take that in. Let that set in for the moment, okay? And you know what? I'm not trying to hate on the brand, not trying to hate on Dish, but I'm going to say this. That sounds pretty stupid to me. Because the next question that comes up was, I signed up on Boost Infinite a year ago, so does that mean that I'm prepaid because I brought my own device? No. If you were signed up on a postpaid plan, you're going to stay on a postpaid plan. I can confirm this because my bill cycle ends on the 22nd and starts again on the 22nd. So as of right now, my bill cycle just restarted at 9 a.m. this morning, my time. Yesterday, I was notified that I was on my last day of my bill cycle when I was checking all my information. And so everything, pretty much looked good. And it was just basically telling me that my new bill cycle starts today. Now, since my new bill cycle starts today, means that my bill is going to generate, which means that my next bill is going to be on August 7th. So since my bill is, generated for payment on August 7th, means that I'm still on postpaid. I use the services first and I pay for the services afterwards. Of course, there's a thing that goes on with changing your plan, which I will get into more in depth. But yes, I did change my plan. I wanted to test and see how things would be if there was going to be any type of caveats or issues if you changed your plan on Boost Mobile, whether you're postpaid or prepaid. So I made that change. I am currently, as of 3 days ago, I switched over to the Unlimited Plus plan, which is $50 a month, and it's flat rate compared to the $25 forever plan. That's $25, taxes and fees not included in that unlimited plan. Unlimited talk and text, 30 gigabytes of premium data, and then you're throttled, no hotspot, but you have the ability to add additional add-ons on that $25 plan. I switched from that to the Unlimited Plus, which gives me unlimited talk and text, gives me 40 gigabytes of premium data before slowdowns, gives me hotspot, and it's supposed to give me the ability to upgrade on a device and to take advantage of device sales. So I'm on that plan currently right now. Now the plan was instantly changed. They didn't have me wait till the end of bill cycle. And they are going to charge me as if I was on the plan for 30 days. So for anyone who would say, oh, well, you know what? I can switch 2 days before my bill cycle ends and they'll just prorate me. Dish does not want to prorate a bill. So they immediately switch your plan over. You are charged as if you had the $50 plan the entire month before the end of your bill cycle. So yes, my August 7th bill, which would have been $50.73, for having two plans on $25 plus taxes and fees on that bill, is now switched over to $100 flat. Since I have auto pay turned on. You must have auto pay on. If not, then the plan is $55. So I know that when August 7th rolls around, I have to pay $100 for the two lines that I have. Switch them over. Some people are going to find that to be a bit confusing and a bit frustrating, right? And I get it totally. You're not going to want to pay for a full pizza if you're only getting 2 slices out of that pizza. So, yes, everything is grandfathered on anyone that was on Boost Infinite. If you were on the Infinite Unlimited, even if you have the early Infinite Access plan, you're going to stay grandfathered. The only time it's going to affect you is if you go in the Boost Mobile app and change your plan. If you don't change your plan, you'll stay on that plan. However, every company, not just Boost, but every company such as T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T have their little quirks on kind of pushing people off the older plans. Like, I can tell you guys and confirm this. If you were on the early Infinite Access plan that had that black SIM card, which was the AT&T assignment, if you are having issues with data connectivity, calls, and texts, I will tell you guys right now, the reception gets better, move to the new plan. My wife's phone line was on the early Infinite Access plan, so she had it when they launched beta in December of 2022. I know some people will probably be like, what the hell? Why would you get her off that plan? Well, listen up. Since 3 days ago, moving her over to the $50 Unlimited Plus plan, her reception on the Pixel 7a has been a lot better. Her data has been working in places where it didn't work. Like we go shopping at Safeway. We have the Safeway app to get online deals. And she literally, I kid you not, she would have to go outside of Safeway just to get a decent connection to access the Safeway app to clip the digital coupons. So that way we would save, like, on buying, ribeyes and T-bone steaks. Instead of spending $80 on it, we would save $40. So, we would only be spending like 30 or 40 bucks on each pack of steak. But she would have to go outside to access that. Also to turn on her debit card, because we locked down our debit card so that way there's no invalid transactions. And she couldn't get signal inside Safeway. So now when she's inside that same Safeway with the plan changeover, her connection and data and everything is running much better. I know it sounds freaking weird, right? Like, a simple plan change can make your data much better. Yes, if there's some sort of restrictions on it. Now, I don't have evidence to just point out there and put it in black and white to say that, yeah, they are throttling or they're doing some fuckery on those that are on the early Infinite Access because they're trying to pull those people off. Because that is the end game result. when I go over to how the plan changes work, you guys are going to understand that Dish is really trying to move people off the early infinite access plans, and they're trying to get them off the infinite unlimited $25 plan. They really are. They're using the $25 a month forever as their way to, hook you in. So that's the bait. When you start inquiring about the plan, you call into Dish, they're going to talk you in, and whatever plan they put you on, that's the hook. Once they reel you in and port your number over, that's the sinker right there. So everybody needs to be kind of aware of that. Now, on the Boost Mobile website, plans differ from in-store. All right, so these plans are going to be different from what you will see if you go into a Boost Mobile store. Yes, Dish is trying to make it where postpaid, prepaid would go to a Boost Mobile store to get help, but that is not available right now. So even though they did the brand change and united both sides together as one brand, just because you're on postpaid Boost Mobile, you still cannot go into a store and get help that way. They are going to recommend that you go and contact either through chat in the Boost mobile app or on the website, or to call the 833 number and contact customer care that way. Store reps still only service and help prepaid customers in store, which is crazy because of how they define and classify postpaid, prepaid. But all that, yeah. So you have 3 plans offered on the website and through the Boost mobile app if you decide to change your plan or if you're signing up for the very first time. You have the unlimited, which is $25, unlimited talk and text and data. But hang on, there's more. No contract required, $25 a month forever, buy now, pay later available, which is postpaid, and 30 gigs of premium data. So that's that plan. Okay, then there's the Unlimited Plus, which is $50 a month, so it's double that. And with that is, again, unlimited talk and text and data, no contract required, up to $300 device savings. Okay, so you'll start to notice the pattern here. $50 and $60 plan has device savings for when you upgrade, purchase a device. Okay, you get a hotspot, which I can tell you guys right now is still finicky because even though I'm on this plan, the Unlimited Plus, $50 a month, I'm on that plan. However, it still says that my hotspot is disabled. So, and I'm not the only one. There are several people in my community group on Facebook that are reporting the same thing. So, global talk and text, monthly taxes included, buy now, pay later available. So that is postpaid, and 40 gigabytes of premium data. So just for 10 extra gigabytes, I am paying $50. Okay. Unlimited premium. That is a $60 plan. Unlimited talk, text, and data. No contract required. Up to $430 in device savings. Hotspot, global talk and text, North America Connect. So now with a $60 plan, you can go to Canada and Mexico and be able to use your services there. Of course, the data for services in those 2 countries are limited. Monthly taxes included. Buy now, pay later available, which means postpaid. 50 gigabytes of premium data. Okay, so I heard they will be start service Boost Infinite customers in store August 1st in some locations. Well, they'll be able to service postpaid customers in some locations, right? The Infinite name is gone. Like, they don't even refer to postpaid customers as Boost Infinite customers. It's just all Boost Mobile now. But yeah, in some stores, they will start to be able to service postpaid customers. You'll know when you walk into a Boost Mobile store if they're able to, access your account through GFS and be able to actually do things on your account. I am also going to debunk a lot of the Rainbow Sim stuff and get all that stuff out. So today is a very big Boost Mobile live stream. I don't know how long this is going to run for, so don't leave. Y'all want to stick through to get all this info. But anyways, So here's what I think about these three plans, right? So obviously it's very basic with a $25 monthly plan. And that's great because for those people, you can just get the benefits of just basic, near unlimited cell phone service, unlimited talk and text, 30 gigs of premium data. It stays at $25. Of course, you're going to pay a little taxes and fees. And the taxes and fees on Boost is not bad, right? Like comparing to Google Fi, if you have a Google Fi service, you could be looking at taxes and fees being anywhere from $5 to $10, depending on your city and state. And then of course, the federal regulatory taxes. Whereas with Boost Infinite, those are very minimal. My taxes and fees on the $25 plan was literally like $1.60. So not a drastic, increase in the plan. However, this is where, even though I chose to switch plans, I chose to switch plans because I wanted to test out how all these changes will affect customers. Do I find any benefit in being in the Unlimited Plus? No, I don't. Coming from the $25 plan to the $50 plan, I don't feel that, it accounts for anything good because, yes, I'm getting the global talk and text, but, I talk to my aunt maybe like every so couple of months. She lives in Thailand, and call and check in on her or text her number so she knows I'm okay and I see if she's okay. So I don't really use the global talk and text often. Okay, monthly taxes included. Hey, that's great, because $50, I'm paying double what I was paying before for one line of service. And then I get 40 gigabytes of premium data. So that's 10 gigs. So just think about it like this. If you're on a $25 plan and you need 40 gigs of data, and so you add, the speed pass, you could be paying $35, which is $15 cheaper than the Unlimited Plus plan, and get 40 gigs of data. Okay, that's still a significant change. Like I can understand it being minimal if the unlimited plan, like the core unlimited plan was like $40 or $35, then yeah, $50 is a little better. It's not the greatest, but it's a little better of a jump. But this is where it's just weird. 10 gigs of premium data difference at literally at double the price. $25 difference. That is crazy, right? I mean, you go from 40 to 50 gigs when you step it up to the 60. So like the unlimited premium plan, going from the Unlimited Plus plan is a benefit because you're getting, North America Connect, Global Talk and Text. You're getting $130 more off device savings, and you're getting 10 gigs more than the Unlimited Plus. Now, if you go into store right now, the plans are different. They are different in store. You got to keep that in mind. There's a little bit of a difference there, and obviously the plans in store are sold as prepaid. They're not sold as postpaid. So signing up for postpaid still requires you to go through the app, still requires you to, chat or talk with the online rep. I hate to say that, but that's exactly what it still is. Yeah, so those are the plans in itself. If we were to click like full plan details, it tells you right here, if you use more than 30 gigs of high speed, you'll be lowered to 512 kilobits per second. 512 kilobits per second is 3G speed. Slightly is premium prioritized data. And do you mean that is it on a higher QCI, like AT&T postpaid? No, it's not. So you will not have the same priority as AT&T postpaid. The only thing that makes it premium is that you're getting 50 gigs, North America Connect, and Global Talk and Text included. But anyways, yeah, so 512 kilobits per second is 3G speeds, but I can tell you guys that when I've used over 30 gigs, and my wife has used over 30 gigs, and it's slowed down, and it was unbearable for her to use, so I can say that it pretty much was 2G speeds. No changes to your bill or hidden fees with a monthly price that never changes. $25 price includes $5 a month auto pay discount. If you turn off auto pay, it's $30 a month. So that's with the new $25 plan. All these plans, you must have auto pay turned on. Same thing here. and it gives you a readout of devices, right? So if you use more than 40 gigs of high-speed premium data, your speeds will be lowered to 512 kilobits per second. You can stay as long as you want, cancel at any time. Then it tells you here, save more on devices and get specials, right? So if you get the Solera 5G 2024, you save $150 off of that. You get it for $9. The Solera 5G Plus, you save $190 on it. Galaxy A15, you save $160 on it. The A25, you save $200 on it. The Moto G 5G 2024, you save $130. And the Moto G Stylus 5G 2023, you save $260, right? So you can get those devices for literally, like the Stylus, $9.99. The Moto G 5G 2024 for $19.99. The Galaxy A25 for $99.99. The A15 from Samsung, you get it for $39.99. Solera 5G Plus, you get that for $50, basically $49.99. And then the regular size model, you can get that for $9.99. So those are the sales if you were to like upgrade for a device for the Unlimited Plus. Now on the Unlimited Premium, it comes with, again, 50 gigs of high-speed data, and you're slowed down to 512 kilobits per second. You can cancel at any time. This is where the change-up happens between Unlimited and Premium. So save more on devices and get special deals. These, as you see, obviously you see, are a bit better devices, right? So on the Unlimited Plus, you're getting like mid-range device sales. And on the Unlimited Premium, you're getting upper mid-range to flagship, right? iPhone 12, you can get it for $199.99. iPhone 11, $149.99. And that's for the 64 gig model. iPhone 11, 128 gig, you can get it for $299.99. That's a stupid sale. Sorry. Moto Razr 2023, that's the Flip. The Moto Razr Flip 2023, you can get it for $99.99. Galaxy A35 5G, you can get it for $149.99. And the Galaxy S24, you can get it for $599. So, yeah, that's like the sales that they have if you're on the Unlimited Premium. So being on the Unlimited Plus, you won't get the same sales that you would get on the Unlimited Premium, vice versa, okay? So it's not like they listed one for, you know, one side, one for the other side, as if you can upgrade to all of them. I mean, you can upgrade to all of them, but the pricing is going to be different. If you're on the Unlimited Plus, you're not going to get a Galaxy S24 for $599.99. No, you won't. So anyways, they have the buy now, pay later plans. This is the infinite access for iPhone and infinite access for Galaxy. So like new customers that sign up on either of these two plans, or if you sign up and you finance a device, which is what I said in the beginning of the live stream, then you are considered postpaid because you are financing a device. Anyone that signs up new right now and just brings their own phone and gets a phone plan, you're classified as prepaid. There is no difference in performance between prepaid and postpaid on Boost Mobile. So it's not like, you know, if you go and get one line that's postpaid and one line that's prepaid, you're going to see a significant difference in data connection, call quality, and all that. You will not. They're all the same. Boost is in this different territory where they're trying to blur the postpaid, prepaid, and just focus on brand in itself, right? So there's people that are not even going to know when they sign up for Boost Mobile that they're on postpaid when they finance a device, because they're going to assume it's prepaid, and vice versa. This is what Boost is trying to change in the industry. They're really trying to just have it all pretty much the same, which if you kind of think about it, Metro by T-Mobile has, you know, in the last couple of months done a similar thing, because, you know, with the new Metro Flex plans, the idea behind that is that you're going to get good deals and savings as if you were postpaid. Obviously, T-Mobile's not going to go in that heavy on it. They still want some sort of line that differentiates T-Mobile from Metro by T-Mobile. Well, in this case, Dish is not trying to have that same line that differentiates the two. They're trying to mesh it all together. So no one's really thinking about postpaid or prepaid. Customers are just, I'm a Boost Mobile customer. Not, I'm a Boost Mobile prepaid or I'm a Boost Mobile postpaid. That's what they're trying to get rid of. So the only way that they really classify you as postpaid and you're on the postpaid style of payment is when you finance a device. That's why it's buy now, pay later. And so you can finance a device if you're on the unlimited. You can finance it on the unlimited plus and the unlimited premium. That's any one of the devices that they are selling. Obviously, there's not any real deals here in the unlimited plan, but you still can, finance a device through them, just not any sales on it. So if you're going to pay full price for the phone, you're just financing it over a 36-month contract. So that's why they call this the buy now, pay later plans, instead of calling it infinite access. I mean, they still call the plan infinite access, but they highlight both of them as the buy now, pay later plans. These are new phones every year for these two. So they kept everything the same, except they increased the price by $5. That's only because if you have auto pay on, it drops by $5. So unlimited talk and text, new iPhone or new Galaxy included every year. $830 device savings on the infinite access for iPhone. And this is where it gets funny. $800 device savings on the infinite access for Galaxy. So between the iPhone and the Galaxy plan is a difference of $30 in device savings. Obviously, buy now, pay later, because you're going to be financing the device. Both come with annual upgrades. So if you don't want to keep the phone, you surrender the phone back in. So I'll get into that. Let me finish this up. I'll get into that whole annual upgrade thing. Global talk and text on both, North America Connect on both, and 30 gigs of premium data. That's the only thing that I frown upon with these two plans. These two plans pretty much mirror the unlimited plan at 30 gigs of premium data, and only include the additionals in the unlimited premium, like the North America Connect and Global Text. So it's like, if you want to be on a plan that you're reoccurring, upgrading every year, but you're still going to be on what's considered to be the $25 plan with a few little extras. To me, this should have had the 50 gigabyte of premium data access. Okay. This is your most expensive plan. This is your flagship plan. This is what I'm saying to Dish. This is your flagship plan. Why aren't you giving them the 50 gigs of premium data? Because they're paying the same amount that you'd be paying if you brought your own device and was on this plan. So that's what I find weird. And to me, I think whoever was on the board of team members that did the plan structures, I think that person used to work for Sprint. Because the annual upgrades, for people to understand this, the annual upgrades is identical to what Sprint was doing with their leasing program that they were doing, right? Sprint's biggest confusion with customers was that they had a lease program, and then they had installment billing. The difference between the two was installment billing was financing to pay to own the phone. You just paid it in payments. And the leasing program was, you got a phone for them, you were making monthly payments on the phone to use the phone. At the end of your contract for leasing said phone, you had a purchase price, which means if you wanted to keep the phone, you would pay the purchase price, which was a little weird. I'll explain it in a minute. Or you can trade in the phone. As long as the phone is in great condition, you can trade in the phone and lease another phone. This is that leasing program from Sprint. You get an iPhone 15 or a Galaxy S24. You're making payments through your plan for the phone. You don't own the phone. Okay, this right here correlates with yesterday's live stream. For those who don't know, when I was talking about the unlock policy for 60 days, this is what's going to be weird. So you don't own the phone with Boost Infinite. I'm going to chalk it up to what it is. Okay, they'll tell you, yeah, it's your phone. No, it's not your phone. You can't break the screen. You can't scuff the body. You can't crack the back. Every component of the phone must be in working condition as you received it in order to go in September when the iPhone 16 comes out and send back your iPhone 15 to get an iPhone 16 on them. Okay, you do any type of damage, physical damage to the phone, and you lose your next upgrade. If you don't want the iPhone 16 and you want to keep the iPhone 15, there is a purchase amount you must pay to close out that leasing agreement. It's not going to be the full price of the phone, which was the same with Sprint. When you were at the end of your leasing contract, you had the ability with Sprint to pay off the phone. Say you got the Apple iPhone 7, because that's what was being leased a lot back then when Sprint was still around. Let's say you got the iPhone 7 and its normal price was like $799. So you lease the phone and you have it, for 12 months. And in total, your combined payment of all 12 payments is equivalent to the amount of, $650. You could trade it in, lease another phone. But if you wanted to own the iPhone 7, then you would have to pay the purchase price. Now, one would think the purchase price was just $150, making it the $799. But when they found out that their purchase price was like $264, man, people were pissed off. They would get their calculators out, do the math, and then yell at us and saying, you're charging me like $50 more than its purchase price. But we'd have to explain to them, what Sprint wants, right? Even if it didn't make sense to us, we still had to sell it in a way. And so that's what's happening here. That's what happens with the annual upgrades. Okay, you're leasing the phone, you're using it, for 12 months. You must return it in not pristine condition, but in great condition in order to get the next iPhone or the next Galaxy device that comes out. If there's any damages to it, they can reject it. And you can continue to lease the phone or purchase the phone out. And if you purchase the phone out, there's going to be a purchase option, probably like $100, maybe like what the remainder balance of the phone would have been. And that's what you would pay. You would own the phone. I can see a lot of people jumping onto Infinite Access for iPhone to get the iPhone, for free. And then because of the unlock policy the FCC wants, after 2 months, the phone gets unlocked. They take it to visible. And that's going to screw with a lot of people with future plans like this. That could actually kill these two plans. That type of action right there could actually kill these two plans. Just saying. Yeah, so then they have, the plans side by side to compare them. Crazy as it is. So, what are some of the things that I was able to discover? Well, this is just some information that I was able to acquire, right? Talk to, this is what store reps are seeing. This is what they will see. This is what was sent to them, right? So brand unifications, phase 1. And then, they have just, do you prefer watching or reading? Because obviously it's going to be a video or it's going to be written content. Depends on the rep. One, brand harmony, why it's important. So these are the selling points that they're telling reps. So you guys are going to understand why reps are speaking to you a certain way when you talk to them. This is why. So they're teaching the reps why it's important. The new Boost Mobile brand offers indirect customers enhanced flexibility with digital plan financing options, providing greater benefits and increasing customer loyalty. What's changing? Digital plans closely mirror indirect plans. Some plans include infinite access options for new flagships every year. Finance accounts utilize care support, which is now enabled to assist with indirect plan changes. Boost Infinite Postpaid and Boost Mobile Prepaid are now integrated online as one singular and aligned brand. So, let me close this out for you guys. And I will make this bigger so you guys can actually read it. But this is directly from the horse's mouth. What's happening and why? Get ready to level up. We're thrilled to announce a major milestone. As of today, Wednesday, July 17th, Boost Mobile and Boost Infinite are coming together as one unstoppable force under the legendary Boost Mobile brand. This merger means more than just a name change. It's a transformation that will bring you the best of both worlds with prepaid and postpaid options designed to elevate the customer's wireless experience. By uniting our strengths, we're not just enhancing customer support, we're solidifying Boost Mobile's position as a top-tier carrier and bring us closer to our ultimate goal, unstoppable connectivity united under one powerful team. We're just getting started. It says here, so key support. For postpaid customers needing help in store, advocates should recommend visiting boostmobile.com or using the Boost Mobile app for self-service tools or chat support. Customers who previously created an account with an inactive email address must update the account with an active email address to access Boost Mobile app. Email addresses can be updated by logging in at boostmobile.com or receiving an SMS message to the phone. If they prefer to talk to customer care agent, customers can call Boost Mobile Customer Care. Advocates should encourage them to try completing tasks online first, as many can be done without assistance. Please note that care agents cannot switch a postpaid account back to a prepaid account. So there you have it. If you were on prepaid and you moved over to postpaid, your account is on postpaid. It cannot go back to prepaid. All right, care agents can assist with general account inquiries and support, postpaid and indirect plan changes, with access to digital and indirect catalogs, including the $50 and $60 plans during the change process. Adding a line or AAL for postpaid and prepaid customers with access to digital and indirect catalogs, including the 50, 60, the 4 lines for 120, and the 4 lines for the 100 plans at the time of adding a line. So that's what care agents can assist with. Call to action. To guarantee everyone is prepared, we will initiate training via Boost U. That's their internal system that representatives use to get trained on what's changed and what policies have changed. But yeah, so they're gonna get training in the Boost U to ensure you and your advocates grasp the importance of this pivotal moment for our business. Internal Dish employees will take the same training via the HR Link Learning. So that's a little bit different. That's what the phone reps, they use that. That's one of their systems in the portal, the Dish portal. There's an HR, it's called HR Link, and you click on that, and then it has a whole bunch of your training that you need to do. And throughout your 8-hour shift, they align you like 25 minutes of your work shift to get off being available for phone calls and to get on HR Link and do your training. Training is mandatory for all employees. This comprehensive training will provide you with essential insights into implications of these changes for you. Training will include some of the following key updates, but that has not been shown. At least none of this. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So, what up, Gene? Welcome in. Okay. So, training will. Oh, this is a continuation of it. There you go. Training will include some of the following key updates. We are unifying our prepaid and postpaid offers under one brand. We are launching new benefits, including a new network, new offers, new phones, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and limitless possibilities. We are making the new Boost Mobile app and boostmobile.com available for all postpaid and prepaid customers. Please remind advocates to refer new in-store postpaid customers to Boost Customer Care for help. So if you're a postpaid customer, you signed up, they go into a store, you are still going to be directed to contacting them by chat or by phone to get assistance. Store reps do not have the ability at this time to access postpaid accounts and make any changes in GFS, which is the system they use to govern and set up in store, right? They don't use the same system that call center reps use. So keep that in mind. This is why when you go into a Boost Mobile store and you've ever got pissed off at the Boost rep in the store and you're like, the care rep I talked to on the phone said they saw this. How come you can't fucking see this? This is why. They use two different systems. We're gearing up to introduce even more exciting postpaid in-store capabilities in Q3 and Q4. Okay, so that's in August, right? In August, September. Well, now, actually, well, not now because we're in July. So like in August and in September they're going to be implementing some in-store capabilities for store reps to be able to do with postpaid. And then majority of it will probably be pushed out to store reps in Q4. That is October, November, December, right? So stay tuned for all these Sterling updates and announcements as we unveil these new additions. Okay, so that's from Boost Mobile. That's internal documents. But that's the layout to everybody for them to understand exactly what's happening here. And, you know, if Dish gets mad at me, oh well, so what? I will say this to Dish. They need to be more transparent with their customers. I wouldn't have to make videos like this if they would just be upfront with their customers. There are certain things with their customers that they're not telling customers up front. Like on the Boost Mobile site, they give you information on this site about plans and their new plans and everything like that, but they don't tell you the intricate details of plan switching, changing your plan, right? All they do is they tell you, you know, the more necessity things in a way, which is like what happens to your data if you go over 30 gigs, 40 gigs, or 50 gigs of data, like all that stuff. You know, they literally tell you. But they don't go into like the plan changes, because the plan changes has an entirely new structure. There is a new structure to plan changes on Boost Mobile. We know some of it, but now we know the full details of it. Okay. Gene says, on my Boost Mobile app, in my settings menu, I have these choices: boost coins and redeem a reboost card. Why are those choices there? I'm using postpaid, not prepaid. Again, Gene, listen closely. Everything is in one app and in one website. So even if you're not prepaid, there are some prepaid things you will see in the app, because they are no longer focusing on prepaid, postpaid. They are focusing on it just being one thing. The idea is going forward in the future, when people sign up with Boost Mobile, you're not really going to be thinking about the differences between prepaid and postpaid. They're trying to, you know, blur that defining line and just make it one thing under their brand. So they're kind of taking a page out of T-Mobile's book with T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile, with Metro by T-Mobile having the new Metro Flex plans. They're doing the same thing, right? Like the tout for Metro Flex is that you're getting similar deals to postpaid T-Mobile. Of course, T-Mobile still keeps a defining line separating them. Boost is going in on just blurring that line completely. So if you bring your own device, you go into a Boost Mobile store, or you call in, you bring your own device, whatnot, you're more than likely to be set up on prepaid, to be quite honest. Sorry, I had to sneeze real quick. I had to mute the mic. You know, if you finance a device, you're going to be on postpaid, obviously. If you're already on postpaid, you're going to stay on postpaid. Your postpaid account is not going to migrate down to prepaid. As they stated, if you are on prepaid and you finance the device and you're shifted to postpaid, you cannot go back to prepaid. So in a way, in a general, if you kind of think about it, like say 11 million Boost Mobile customers are prepaid and they all finance a phone, they get shifted to postpaid, which means there'll be no more prepaid. But every time I now pay my bill, the payment will turn into credit that will go into the Boost coin. That's what customer care told me yesterday. Yeah. Like I said, they're blurring the line. Okay, so in order for you to really understand this, get the postpaid and prepaid mentality out of your head for a second. Okay, they cannot unify something postpaid, prepaid, and make it identical. They can't. One is paying before your bill is due. One is paying when after you've used your bill. Like after you use your bill cycle, you pay for the next bill cycle. That's prepaid. You use your services, you pay afterwards. That's postpaid. The system, obviously, what they're going in for and what the changes are with their system in itself is because they're not going to try to do this confusion to themselves, because they'll fuck themselves up pretty badly. Okay, this account is postpaid, so the billing system is going to bill it postpaid style. This account is prepaid, it's going to bill it prepaid. They're trying to get rid of that. So if you are postpaid and you're making a payment and the rep is telling you it's going to Boost coins, obviously that is going to be deducted completely out when your bill cycle starts again. So it's like prepaid. even though it's postpaid. One more question. Customer care was telling me there is still the Boost One app still out there. No, there's not. Okay. Again, all this is new, and what I just showed as far as internal documents, even customer care reps are getting this, and not like they don't ever shut down the call centers and have everyone take the training at the same time. So there's still reps that have not been trained with the unification phase 1. They have not been trained yet. Okay. They also do it in sets of hives. So there's a call center in North Carolina. There's a call center here in Phoenix, Arizona. There's a call center, I believe, in Texas. I could be wrong. So they will do it in waves of teams within those hives. So there's still people that don't know. The Boost One app, yes, you can still, well, I just knocked something over. Yes, you can still install it. And the way you can install it is by downloading the APK. If you do a Google search and you put boost1.apk and you do a search, it's going to bring you to a site like mirrorlink.com that has the APK file. If you download that onto your Android device and install it, it's on there. On iOS, no. Because what they've done, and here's the thing, the Boost mobile app that we're using right now is the Boost One app. All they have done is migrated a few things that was in the Infinite app over to the Boost One app. They've changed the logo and the name, which is not hard to do as an app engineer, and it's been out there. How do I know this? Tested a theory, and I'm kicking myself in the ass because I should have recorded this video and posted it. I had a phone sitting in my drawer that had the Boost One app on it. When I powered on that phone, it updated the app. The app updated from Boost One to Boost Mobile on its own. I didn't have to search Boost Mobile and download it. It did all that on its own. So the Boost Mobile app is formerly the Boost One app. They said they are still bugs, still in transition of the two services. No, there's no bugs in the services. It's just the time it takes to get every rep trained so that way they all provide the same level of service depending on the scenario. There's also, because there is no migration, okay? Let me just make this very clear. All right. I think people look at it like this, okay? So I'm going to say what most people think, and then I'm going to correct it in a hypothetical scenario. Say there's a software system called A and a software system called B. A lot of people think that Boost Infinite customers' accounts are on software system A and Boost Mobile prepaid customers are on software system B. That is furthest from the truth. It is one software system. So software system A governs prepaid and postpaid. I know this because I had to redirect calls a lot. There were a lot of times people would call and yell, their data's not working, or they're gonna pay their bill, they just need an extra day, yada, 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 screaming at me for turning off their stuff. I'm looking at them, it has their first name, it has their mobile phone number, and then it says prepaid right next to the mobile number. And yes, I can access it. If I asked them for what their security code was to confirm their identity, and if I typed that in, it would fully unlock their account. I can see payment methods, addresses. I can see their transfer PIN number. I can see everything. And they were prepaid, and I'm working Boost Infinite postpaid. It is one software system. So there's no migration that has to happen. It's just a permission from your team lead, from your operations manager at your call center that says, now you can service the other side, which affects prepaid care reps more than it affects postpaid, because prepaid care reps are the ones that's going to have access a postpaid account. That's how their system works. So there is no different systems, no account migrations like they migrated Republic Wireless. Republic Wireless had their own software system. AT&T has their own. T-Mobile has their own. Mobile X has their own. They all have their own software system that's used to access, govern, and make changes to customers' accounts. And on the Dish brand, Boost Mobile and Boost Infinite had the same exact one. There were no difference. Case in point, to prove my point for someone who would say I'm wrong. If you had Boost Mobile prepaid and you signed up with email address AA1234, and then you try to sign up with Boost Infinite and you use the email address AA1234, the reason why they would tell you they couldn't use that email address and was already in use because it's already plugged into the system that software A recognizes. That's why. It was all one system from the very beginning. I get the confusion because everyone looked at it as a split right down the middle, but no, there were certain things that crossed that line. All Boost did, or all Dish did, was erase that line that separated the two. And now everything is just mingled together. So, doesn't matter. It's all one system, all one app with the same settings, simplified to that degree. The thing is that any prepaid customers who do the spin the wheel or watch videos to earn Boost coins, any of those coins earned after July, you must use those coins before September 1st because the Boost coins earnings, those will go away. You will not be able to spin a wheel and get any more. And if you've earned the coins and didn't use them, you will lose the coins because they are not paid out of your pocket. So keep that in mind. Why do Boost coins even exist now, even with postpaid having access to them? I honestly think that Dish is like creating the Frankenstein. They are literally grabbing the best points from other competitors and trying to implement it in themselves. It would not surprise me if Helium Mobile does really good that Boost decides to jump into the crypto game with Boost coins. And then there you have it. You have crypto. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Don't quote me and run onto social media and say Boost is eventually going to get crypto. No, they're not. But it's a possibility that they can. And they do have something in place to create called Boost coins. They already have it. They just have to create it in the crypto world. They would have to, put it on a blockchain and whatnot, and it having a recognized monetary value. Anyways, let's get into the plan changes. All right. So this is how the plan changes works. This is why I was saying that they were kind of following in suit with Metro Flex. So with plan changes, upgrades. Upgrade customers to our best Boost mobile plans today for free as a limited time offer. Keep that in your mind right now as I go through all of this. Again, for a limited time offer. You can change their plan today for free as a limited time offer. Real-time requests, no need to wait for the next monthly recurring charge, which is what happened to me. 3 days ago, I decided to try out and switch to Unlimited Plus. I did the switch. It happened immediately. Of course, they're not going to prorate me for, just only being 3 days on the Unlimited Plus. They're going to charge me as if I was on it for the last 30 days. Fine, whatever, I'll pay that bill. I'm not worried about it. Side grades. Transition customers to active plans and add more Boost mobile services. One side grade every 6 months. Real-time requests. No need to wait for the next monthly reoccurring charge. Immediate data refresh. So if you're adding on Speed Pass on a $25 plan or any of the add-ons, it'll happen effective immediately. You won't have to wait for another bill cycle for it. Downgrades. Right-size customer to Boost mobile value plans. One downgrade every 6 months. Real-time requests. No need to wait for the next monthly recurring charge. Immediate data refresh. That's why they had to put this clause in here. Well, hold on. They tried to change it. Anyways, that's why I put this here. The best practice. If a customer is moving from an unlimited plan down to a capped plan, coach the customer to downgrade at the end of the month so they may take the full advantage of the data they have already. The best point in case is if you're on an unlimited plan and you're gonna, you're on the $60 premium and you got 50 gigs of data. If you downgrade to the $25 plan, it's best to wait till the end of the bill cycle. And I'm gonna do Dish a favor to explain this why better than what they did. The reason why is because if you've used 30 gigs of data already on the $60 premium plan and you're close to 50 gigs of data and you downgrade in the middle of your bill cycle to the $25 plan, which is only 30 gigs of data, you will in fact be throttled because now you are past 30 gigs. You don't get to keep the 50 gigs from the premium plan because in real time the plan changes. That's why. So keep that in mind. I think the reason Daily spends on the coins is because Dish ended its partnership with the blockchain they were using. Yeah, and they're probably going to reinstitute another one, probably. But from what I know so far and what was said, Boost coins are going away as of September 1st, 2024. So you might see a change in the app where you won't even see Boost coins anymore. Just to be upfront with everybody. All right, so enjoy the flexibility of changing existing multi-line accounts to $50 or $60 family group plans. Maintain the $20 discount on the lines 2 to 5 on the $50 plan or $60 plan. All right, so what's all this jargon about? Okay, well, let me just put it to you in this way. Remember I told you guys, keep in mind about the changing plans today for free as a limited time offer is because they're putting it, as you see right here, with the side grades and the downgrades. These also, which is not put in this bullet point, actually affect the plan changes for upgrades. You can upgrade your plan every 6 months. You can change your plan for free every 6 months. This is why that when I upgraded to the Unlimited Plus plan at $50 a month, when I go into my Boost mobile app and I go to change plans, it only shows me the infinite access for Galaxy and iPhone and the premium plan and the current plan that I'm on. It does not show me the $25 forever unlimited plan. And the reason why is they want to keep people on the more expensive plans. They are pushing people to the more expensive plans. When you look back at the plans, right? You look back at the unlimited plan, you see the details for the Unlimited Plus, you get phone savings on these. You get the phone savings. And these are mid-range phones, right? You go to the premium and the phone offerings are different. Look at that. Galaxy S24, Galaxy S24 Plus. And all Unlimited Plus phones included. So you get all these phones plus the Unlimited Plus. You get the discounts on those if you're on the premium. If you're on the Unlimited Plus plan, you only get these phones. You don't get the ones that's on the premium. So they are doing things to entice and push people over to the more expensive plans. The Boost mobile app spinning wheel rewards is now eliminated until further notice. Yeah, and I've seen that they're actually going to do away with them September 1st, 2024. So they are, by that statement, they are not going to bring it back from what I'm gathering. But there's still a possibility that they could in a very different way, or they could just institute their own cryptocurrency and, you know, people buy into that. Reason why I think that they may revamp their whole attachment with crypto is because Dish is in sore need of money. This is why they're pushing people to the $50 plan. To be honest, this is why they're doing it. They need money. I mean, you got Charlie Ergen that's out there trying to finesse money from, you know, some other country. I forgot. Sneed was talking about it in one of his live streams. Trying to finesse money. I think it's from Egypt. You know, the merger with EchoStar. Dish sorely needs money. When they were just focused on their $25 plan, Dish probably thought that by being the only postpaid service with a $25 unlimited plan, they were just going to rake in customers. They thought everyone was going to be quick to jump. That was furthest from the case. Even though T-Mobile customers were paying $90 a month for unlimited, they wanted to stay with that because it was unlimited. I got a notification or something. Let me check real quick. Jose, man, what the hell? All right, sorry about that. I'm getting text while I'm doing this live stream. But anyways, yeah. So they thought a lot of people were going to jump for the $25 plan, and that's furthest from the case. Not a lot of people rushed in for the $25 plan. So they started to add more support for iPhones, doing, these get an iPhone on us. And then they stepped it up from that to the infinite access for iPhone. And then they did the infinite access for Samsung Galaxy. And they were hoping that more people would jump. And that was furthest from the case. And it didn't help them that they really had a ridiculous threshold of approvals for device financing. There are a lot of people that get approved for a phone line. And then when they try to finance the device in the same order of signing up with Boost Infinite, will get an email 24 hours later that they were ineligible and that their money they paid for their device is being refunded back to them. It's not the fact that the money is being refunded back that people shouldn't care. Because I'm glad they're getting their money back. It would suck if they said some bullshit like, you're ineligible to finance the device. The money that you paid for the device that you were trying to finance will be applied as credits to your account. That would piss me off. But what hurt people the most was just getting that email saying that your credit is not enough. Like, they had their heart set on an iPhone. They had their heart set on the Samsung Galaxy or a Moto Edge. And then they're denied. They have to buy the phone outright. That hurts people. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, they're not gonna change you off your plan. You're gonna be grandfathered into that plan. So you won't even be switched to the $25 unlimited that's showing here on the website. You'll stay on that. Your SQU or your SKU code for your plan will stay the same. It will not change to what the SKU code is for this plan. This is how they add plans onto people's accounts. The plans are attached with a SKU code that allows them to know exactly when that plan was created and what the parameters of that plan is on their system that governs customers' accounts. So you'll be grandfathered. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, they weren't making money. That's where I'm going with all this jargon that I'm saying, and I'm sorry if I'm rambling so much. They weren't making money. They were still in the red. They were not in the black. You would think a company that was selling postpaid phone service for $25 a month would be raking in money, but I was furthest from it. Here's the reasons why. Boost Mobile had a very bad reputation. Sprint ran that shit to the ground. And then when Sprint was acquired by T-Mobile, having a little bit of venom in their fangs, wanted to kill the Boost Mobile brand. They didn't want to house Boost Mobile on their network, but the FCC forced that as part of getting the Sprint's towers and network. Getting that meant that T-Mobile had to support Boost, while Dish, who had spectrum that they weren't using, was told, use it or lose it. They didn't want to lose it, so Dish became, a mobile carrier. This is why hang on. Hang on one sec, everybody. But anyways, I kind of lost my thought there for a second. I'm so sorry, and I apologize. But anyways, yeah. So they weren't making in a lot of money. They had all the spectrum that they had to use. Dish TV is failing. Okay, I'll tell you guys that straight up. Satellite TV is a dying market. Charlie Ergen knew that. A lot of people knew that. This is why that Dish had Sling TV. They were trying to compete against Netflix and Hulu with Sling TV, but even that's not doing very well because most people are more operative on their smartphones. So this is why Dish is like, yeah, well, we'll become a fourth carrier. They had the spectrum to do it. They've been buying it up for years. This is why Dish, if you go on the Boost 5G network with the Rainbow SIM, this is why there's a little bit of weirdness to it. It's because it's standalone. There is no LTE for it to fall back on. That is like the main thing about it. Seems like there's a gas leak by my wife's job, so I'm telling her to be okay. Anyways, Sling, I'm using it for $40 a month. It's great. Yeah, Sling's not bad. I had Sling when I was working for Boost Infinite. That's one of the perks of being an employee of Dish. I got Sling for free, so it was cool. I had it on my TV and I was watching stuff on it. But anyways, yeah, so they weren't making money, and this is why they're doing it now. These new plan structures, the unification, the plan change structures, why they're trying to lock people in. So if you move from the $25 to the $50 plan or to the $60 plan, they want to lock you in on that for 6 months because they want to get 6 months payments of $60 off of you. That's more than what they were getting at $25. And they have all these devices and stuff like that because they want you to finance to pay more. The end game goal here with Boost Mobile right now, as of 2024, is to get their customers to spend more money. We as customers are not spending enough money for them to sustain themselves in a way that they can continue to expand their network build out and for their business to be considered lucrative. This is why all this stuff is happening. So that's why with these plan changes, that's why they have these plan changes set this way, add-ons set this way. And if you wanted to downgrade, why it's set this way. Because of that. That is the very, very biggest reason. Now, also the coolest thing from an inside source is that, a lot of people always wondered, you're on Boost Infinite postpaid, how do you get a Rainbow SIM card? And I was brought hip to the fact because I kept telling people there is no manual way of assigning a network to a subscriber who signs up with Boost postpaid. There was not a way. We didn't have a magical button that we could switch between T-Mobile, AT&T, and Boost 5G. I was shocked to find out that store reps could actually see this. They have something in their system called GFS that allows them to kind of see what the best assignment would be for the customer subscribing. So if you guys didn't know this, majority of people using the Boost 5G network are Project Genesis subscribers and Boost Mobile prepaid subscribers than Boost postpaid or Boost Infinite. Most of Boost Infinite customers did not get on the Rainbow SIM as prepaid customers did. Prepaid customers would go into a store, sign up for Boost Mobile, didn't even know that the SIM card that was put into their phone was a Rainbow SIM. This is what caused a lot of that, where you saw people say Boost Mobile was amazing and they were probably assigned to the T-Mobile network or to the AT&T network. And then you saw people like Boost Mobile's freaking trash and post a speed test of like 0.25 down, 0.21 up. And they were on the Boost 5G network. See, this is one of the collateral damages of having a 3-network access. Not everyone's going to have the same experiences, and they're all going to argue with each other about, well, it's great for me where I'm at. Well, it sucks where I'm at. First of all, no one carrier covers identically the same across the entire United States. That's something that I can bet $50 billion will never happen. You'll never have Verizon have the exact same connectivity and signal strength in the East Coast through the Midwest, through the Southwest, and into the West Coast. It will vary. It will always vary. And then now that you're having 3-network access, someone that's on an area, like say in your city, T-Mobile is the best for call quality, texting, and data. That person on Boost on T-Mobile network access is going to say that their shit is the best. Fucking blows everything else away. They're happy with their services. And then a guy who's in an area where call quality for AT&T and T-Mobile is call quality for AT&T is the best, and texting is the best. Data's okay, but data's better on T-Mobile. They're going to get assigned to the AT&T network because they're focused on call quality and texting, and so they'll have like very janky internet speeds, and they'll argue that it fucking sucks. I'd rather pay $25 and when I need an add-on, add it when I need it. Yeah, I mean, initially that is, the best course of action, and that's why I said, like, when it comes to the plans, the $25 and the $50 plan, there's not a big value in getting that plan for $50. You're only getting 10 gigabytes more. You can get the add-on for additional 10 gigs and pay $35, which is $15 cheaper than the unlimited plus at $50. The taxes and fees are not bad on the $25 plan, so having taxes and fees included on the $50 plan is not a big deal for me. The problem with that is that you can't freely move your add-ons anymore. Just to clarify this, that's what the side grades stands for, add-ons. When you add the speed pass, you have to keep the speed pass for 6 months before you can take it off. You can't go at the end of your bill cycle and turn off speed pass so that way your next month's bill would only be $25. You can't do it. You gotta wait 6 months now. They really need money. Boost Dish needs money. They're like that dude from How High that sleeps on the couch, that's got the gold grill in his teeth that says, "I need money." That is Dish. Dish has been reduced from Method Man, who had, his lab in his apartment, and he was selling, y'all know what he was selling. He went from Method Man to becoming, I need money. That's what Dish is. Dish has become that. They need money. Are these going to be their permanent way of doing things? No. I guarantee anybody, no. This is not going to be their permanent thing of doing things, right? You have analysts who claim that Dish is going to be bankrupt. You have guys like on Sneed's podcast, I believe it was Moose, who said it, that you will be, he predicts that they will be bankrupt by 2025. Speed Pass is no longer offered on my plan. In the early infinite access plan. Yeah, there's a lot of changes to that. Yeah, I understand that they're making a lot of changes to that. It wasn't available to me when the migration happened, before I switched up to the unlimited plus. The speed pass was gone. The extra 10 gigs of data was gone. So they say it's still there, but it's gone. This is one of the fuckeries of Dish that I really hate about them. It's like miscommunications and, just lack of transparency. But yeah, Dish needs money. Very, very, very sad. But anyways, in the GFS system for store reps, they're able to assign people to the Rainbow Sims to see which one's best. So you would get the customer's address. You would have a drop down. Apparently, this is what I'm assuming, because I haven't actually seen the GFS system. I've seen the system they use for customer care reps, which does not have the ability to assign anyone to a network. And for what I'm told, if Boost 5G is not available in that area, it will not be in one of the drop downs when they are looking at network assignments when you're signing up for prepaid. So Dish is really, really, really just, I don't want them to fail. Don't get me wrong. Anyone that's watching, I don't want them to fail. I want them to succeed. I want them to get out there. I want them to be able to, to thrive and stay a fourth carrier. I would love to do a recap of the history of Boost Mobile and to be able to mention, after they have made it into the ring completely to contend against T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon, I would love to be able to say that they're in the ring with them and then go over the history of how they started as a prepaid company under Peter Adderton with the Where You At campaign, the Chirp Push to Talk, switching to CDMA, sold to Sprint, ran on Sprint, then sold to Dish, creating a 3-network access idea that ended up flourishing, building out their own network, and being the first to come from a prepaid brand to building their own network. This is a Cinderella story that I would love to tell that tale. I would love to tell that tale. But the guys that they have in place they really need to start thinking long-term longevity. Like Mike Kelly is no longer head up of Boost Infinite and Boost Mobile. It's not there. He used to spy my Facebook group. He was part of the members of my Facebook group. I laughed the day I had like, I think 33 Facebook messages of people pointing out that he was on our group watching. So they're in the group watching. There's employees for Boost Infinite, Boost Mobile that's in my Facebook group that's on there watching what everyone says. Obviously, probably spying back over to Dish. I'm sure that they figured out I was a former employee, so. I mean, yeah, he would still own it, but he would have to find a different network to get on, or he would have to broker a deal with Sprint. Now, you got to remember, the reason why that Boost was acquired by Sprint was because Sprint acquired Nextel, and Boost Mobile Prepaid was using Nextel's network for the push-to-talk and for phone calls and text messages. So when Sprint acquired Nextel, they acquired the IDEN network. He would have to have brokered a deal with Sprint to be able to continue to use the network. I guess he just found it to be viable to just sell out. He just sold. And at the same time too, he sold to them. If he hadn't sold Boost Mobile to them, we would have never got a taste of AMP Mobile, if anyone remembers them, because he's a founder of AMP Mobile. So, I mean, things happen for a reason. Anyways, I am open up to questions right now. If you guys want to ask me questions about anything I've gone over. I know that was a lot to talk about. And if you came in halfway through the live stream, watch the beginning of it to catch some of the beginning statements. But if you came in halfway through the live stream, you didn't miss the internal docs. So you're good. That's what I'm concerned. I wish I could have the Rainbow SIM because AT&T is number one, and then second is T-Mobile, and the worst is Verizon. So the easiest way to get on the Rainbow SIM is if the Boost 5G network is available in your city, is to go through and sign up for Boost Mobile Prepaid. And they have the Rainbow SIMs in store. They can get you signed up on that. On the postpaid side, the system governs that assignment. And there's no way around it, really. Except for back office doing it. Because I've heard people have filed complaints against Boost Infinite and argued their point until they were moved over. I think, I could be wrong. Titus, if you're still in here, weren't you able to get them to move your network assignment from AT&T to a different assignment? If not, I think you were in the conversation with someone that's in the group on Facebook that said they did. Oh, the networking. So like, here's a cheat for those out there on the postpaid side. If you want different access, like I don't know if T-Mobile's good in your area, Gene, but on your Boost Mobile account now, postpaid side, if you have Amazon Prime with the same email address that you have on your Boost Infinite Boost Mobile account, if you go on the Amazon store and you order a SIM card from the Boost Infinite storefront, which right now is discounted to $5, and you get a $25 credit for buying the SIM kit, that SIM kit is T-Mobile. It's the blue one, the blue SIM card from Boost Mobile. So it's the T-Mobile SIM. When you get that SIM kit and it arrives and you activate it, you will be on the T-Mobile network. I wouldn't advise doing eSIM because that could set you on the AT&T network. So just activate the physical SIM, and the physical SIM will be T-Mobile. That's how I used to tell people that if T-Mobile was better in your area and you're signing up for Boost Infinite, just do it through the Amazon store, because the Amazon store was directly selling the T-Mobile Access SIM cards. As Baby Yoda said, the Rainbow SIM only available in store, or you can order it online when signing up. Yeah, but if you order it online, your area has to have, the Dish Network compatibility. in your area. But I mean, you got to have more of it. What I'm trying to say is because I live in Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona is listed as one of the cities that has Boost 5G. But where my address is at, if I was to sign up for Boost Mobile, they're gonna assign me to the AT&T network. They will not assign me to the Rainbow SIM. So that's the reason why that more prepaid customers were able to get it, because in the store they were able, through their system called GFS, they were able to actually make that assignment. If it was an available option in the drop down of network assignment, they were able to assign Boost 5G and then get the Rainbow SIM out of the drawer and activate it for the customer. Yeah, so like, if you were to order a phone line online with Boost, you would end up getting the AT&T SIM. Which, I mean, it's crazy. They need to build out more, but obviously, again, they need money, which is why they are pushing a lot of people. So I know my wife she's on the Unlimited Plus, and she needs to be on the Unlimited Plus. She actually does use more than 30 gigs in a month. But hopefully, with this unification as well, makes it easier for them to fix the issue with data calculation. Because I can tell you guys right now, when they unified and I switched over from the Boost Infinite app to the Boost mobile app and signed in, I was able to actually see my data usage. It wasn't at 0.0. The problem is when I upgraded to the Unlimited Plus, now it tells me my data, I've used 40 gigs already. And I'm like, I know I didn't use 40 gigs already. As a matter of fact, I didn't even do a speed test to see. Let me go into my app right now. The future is fresh. Okay, view details. Let's see. Oh yeah, the speed pass, Gene, that you were talking about, the speed pass is now called high speed data. That's all it's called. Get an extra gigabit. And I can add that on, which is stupid, because then you might as well just go up to the $60 plan and get the additional perks. The $60 plan. Let's see, view usage details. Okay, so it still says that I used 40 gigs of data, and it still says my hotspot's disabled, so it's weird. Their systems are so weird, it never gets at the times. That's what sucks. But yeah, I am open to taking questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts. Weigh in your thoughts. Don't be shy. Nothing is taboo here. Except for some really bad stuff that doesn't pertain to the topic. But yeah, open discussion right now. You guys can mention anything you guys want, or you can ask a question about Boost Infinite. And to the person that pretty much got me hip to the fact of a lot of things, thank you so much for reaching out to me and having that conversation with me. I really appreciate you. You're awesome and amazing, because now more and more people are going to be able to understand what's going on with this unification of Boost Mobile and how this affects them. I was able to see my data usage. Also, I have used all my 30 gigs of data. Wow, Gene, what do you be doing on there? Online gaming? Wait, yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to share. Cannot share the document, but I can explain it. Okay, so one other thing too that store reps are doing is the recommendations for SIM cards. So there was one thing they were doing, and they were prioritizing a certain network assignment at times. So at times, people activated and they were like put on the T-Mobile one, and they were put on the T-Mobile one was because that network was what was being pushed. And at the same time too, when they needed like AT&T to be pushed, then it would start prioritizing AT&T assignments and pushing people onto AT&T. So they were actually playing favorites on networks that they chose you to be on. It wasn't like an automatic thing always. But yeah, I guess during right now, they are pushing more people back onto AT&T, and it's an internal system enhancement that's going to be doing it. So network assignments are not really going to be manual by store reps now. They're going to be pretty much prioritized and pushed automatically, the same as it is for customer care reps through chat or by phone. You listen to music and videos. Here's what might save some of your data, Gene, but like whatever music service you are using for music, if it's like, Spotify and stuff like that, you should download your playlist onto your phone off of Wi-Fi. So that way, when you're listening to those songs and, you're listening to your playlist, it's not using data because it's downloaded onto your device. If it's YouTube Music and YouTube, you have YouTube Premium, basically, videos like from Sneed and everybody else that you like to watch, you can download those for offline later, so you can watch those. Like what Joyce San Joaquin Valley does, which he's not here on the live chat, surprisingly, but he talked about it yesterday. That's what he does to save his data. But yeah, overall, hopefully everything that I said clears up a lot of the confusion, makes it transparent to know what they're doing, why they're doing these plan changes and limitations and stuff like that. Definitely want people to know that. I believe so, that you have to be on the $50 and $60 plan to get the Rainbow SIM. So $25 plans do not get the Rainbow SIM. Sorry I missed your question, Yoda. Hopefully you're still here so you can get that answer. If Dish didn't get an agreement with AT&T and T-Mobile, will T-Mobile be Dish's only network besides Dish 5G? Yeah. The same way, like Dish could kick them off. T-Mobile can kick them off, and then AT&T can kick them off. Then the only network they would have is their Boost 5G, the Boost network. That's all they would have. So they have MVNO agreements because the merger has been a few years, right? When T-Mobile acquired Sprint, the limitations that the FCC placed on them has ended, which is why Sneed and them were talking about it, and we're saying that, now T-Mobile can raise prices because they were forced to kind of keep prices low during the merger of Sprint, and they had to keep it that way for 2 years. Well, they passed the 2-year mark, so now T-Mobile can raise prices. At the same time, too, they've passed the 2-year mark. I believe T-Mobile can boot them off if they wanted to, but obviously money talks, right? So they're not going to boot them off. I think it's 2 years or 7 years. 7 years keeps popping into my head. But at the point where they no longer need to support Dish, they can get rid of them if they don't want them on there. So, yeah, we're quite a ways through. I'm going to go ahead and end it out for today. I do want to thank everybody that popped in on the live stream and hung out and had the conversation with me and heard what I had to say. So a big shout out to Gene, IG1315, Luis Osorio, Baby Yoda, Auditing Chicago, T Yellow Dragon, BG Grizzly 30. Thank you for being here. Titus, thanks for being here as well. Michael, thank you for being here as well too. So all of you guys for being in here during the live. For those that watch the replay, #replay crew. My Boost Mobile uses T-Mobile 5G network. Cool. And hopefully it's working out great and you're getting really good coverage on it. But yeah, by the way, side note for those who want to know before I end, again, if you're unhappy with Boost Mobile's changes, dissatisfied with them, but you want something that, is near the same price and everything like that, you are more than welcome to try my QR code. Brian Lau, thanks for being here as well. Catch the replay if you came in halfway through. But you're more than welcome to try my promo code that gets you 1 month free on Helium Mobile. You try them out. Helium Mobile runs on the T-Mobile network as well as peer-to-peer network sharing through their indoor-outdoor hotspots, giving you coverage So you are covered where you go. But if T-Mobile works great in your area and you want an unlimited service that's similar to what Boost was offering at $25 with 30 gigs of premium data, you can go with Helium Mobile. It's $20 a month, so $5 less than what Boost was offering. Get unlimited talk, text, 30 gigabytes of premium data. And if you turn on active mapping to help them map out areas of weak signal, you earn crypto as you map. That crypto you earn, you can use towards paying your bill. So you can pay your mobile phone bill. If you save up enough, you can buy a brand new Pixel 7a, Pixel 8, or Pixel 8 Pro. So they sell them on the app and on their website. You can buy the indoor-outdoor hotspot and earn even more crypto by other Helium customers in your area connecting to your hotspot as they cross your area. So you can actually make passive income with this. Again, it's Helium Mobile, $20 a month, unlimited talk, text, 30 gigabytes of premium data. You can get your 1 month free using the promo code here. The link is also in the description if you have issues using your QR code. The description has the link to Helium Mobile plus what my promo code is. Type it in as the way you see it in the description, all caps. You'll get 1 month free. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. And I will see you all in the next one. Till then, everybody, aloha.